at the little show about big things. How are you all doing today, folks? It's Friday, November 7th, and that's right. We got a great show lined up for you guys today, folks. Anyway, halfway through the hour, folks, we're bringing up my good buddy, of course, Raffaello, folks, the CEO of JRC Ace Hardware, and it's Ask Ralphie Anything. Anything that's got to do with hardware at the Ace Hardware stores. What products are good? What stuff is waste? Especially now going with snow blowers and everything that's happening, and a big sales they got for Black Friday, Black Wednesday. So we're going to tell you all that stuff up at the last hour of the last half hour of the show. But we got a lot going on today. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com. Give us a call at 847-769-8609 to book a show. Every show is dedicated to the first responders, the men and women in the military. And don't forget our veterans who fought for our country. And mostly, thank you, people, for watching the show every day. And don't forget, today also, the last chance to win 2 free tickets to Tony Ocean and Friends concert this Sunday at the Des Plaines Theater, November 9th. Woo! That's right, at the end of the hour. 2 free tickets if you get the right answers. It's time, baby. It's Ace. It's Ocean's Pit, all on Friday, baby. Let's go to work. Woo! Showtime. Ho, ho, ho. It is Ocean's Pit, a little show about big things. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in today, and I'm hoping you're having a great morning so far, and I hope you're ready for a great weekend. And like I said, Raffaello, my good friend Raffaello, the CEO of JRC Ace Hardware, will be coming on at about 12:35, 12:40, talking about some good stuff. So we're going to have a lot of fun here today. And let's get right to Ace Hardware. Why not? Start off right on top. That's right, baby. Right on top. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, everybody. That's what it's all about. And listen to these great deals. Blackstone 28 griddle with hood, $279.99. Down from $399. That's a 30% savings, folks. Pack out, saving $150 on the Milwaukee Pack Out. Save between $50 and $150 on Milwaukee Module Pack Out tool storage system when you spend $199 or more. Hey, Black Friday or Black Wednesday, the day before Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, folks, 25% off all Carhartt clothes, baby. You can't beat that. And the first December 1st is a big one, folks. 25% off all Christmas decor. And Christmas lights on sale all month long. Outdo your neighbors with strings of 100, starting as low as $9.99. That's our friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. And Raffaello will be joining us live from Mesa, Arizona, where they have another store over there. All right, so I want to start off, everybody, by thanking everybody that showed up last night to Zaza's in Lake Barrington. Thank you, Filippo, and thank you, Daryl Armenstad. Great seeing Jimmy the Suit and Kathy, the regular guys and gals. Thank you all for stopping by. But to keep the party going, tonight we're going to be at Chicago Prime House in Schaumburg. That's an 8 o'clock hit with Jumpin' Jerry Jams. I'm excited. Tomorrow is a private event for Ocean's Rat Pack. We'll be in Woodstock, Illinois at the Woodstock Country Club, and from 7 to 8:30. And Jerry Maselli, if you're listening, buddy, maybe we can hook up for a cocktail somewhere near your house after the show tomorrow. That's Saturday, Ocean's Rat Pack. It's a private event only for people who are members of the Bull Valley, right on Belleville and Woodstock, Illinois. So Ocean's Rat Pack. And Sunday is the big one, folks. If you're watching the show for the first time, Sunday it's Tony Ocean and Friends at the world-renowned Des Plaines Theater, celebrating 100 years, folks. That's right. It's going to be a great party this Sunday, November 9th. It's a 3 o'clock hit, Tony Ocean and Friends. Let me just tell you the lineup already, folks. Tony Ocean, Tony Toto on drums, Danny Raimondi on sax, Daryl Armenstadt on keys, the Jumpin' Jerry Jams doing what he does. Now, that's the main event band, baby. And then we gave you 7 singers. New singers, some old singers that you've probably heard. There's a couple that you haven't heard of, but it's going to be fantastic. And if you have heard it, it's going to be great, all on one stage. Lisa P., Louis Pipes, Stephanie Lemon Brigner, Ronnie B. Elvis, John Guarini, Jenny Impardo, Christian Knievel, the daughter of Robbie Knievel and the granddaughter of Evil Knievel, Joe Catafio, right back from his magical mystery tour from the Cavern in England, baby. And, of course, Master of Ceremonies, Matt Cassane. Who is he going to be? I think it's going to be very special. And, of course, great Ron Onesti. Folks, ohshows.com. Get your tickets or wait before the end of the hour here, folks, and get a chance. The last time you're going to win 2 free tickets to Ocean and Friends this Sunday, November 9th. All right. New glasses. We're got a haircut today. I haven't fixed it up right, but new glasses. Oh, my God, do I feel like I can actually see better. And next week, 2 weeks, I've got the teeth fixed. Oh, it's going to be great. Anyway, I hope you're having. There's so much to talk about here, folks. So much. So let's get right to. They're talking about it. Let me say hello to some people that are happily listening today. Jerry Zaccaro, Ganella, baby. We need more shortening. Shortening. That's right, my friend. I hope you're doing well, buddy. Great seeing you yesterday, buddy, and thank you. Yes, we will see you Sunday, pal. Kathy Eppolito, Albert, buddy. Guys, who are you scared? Oh, the first snowfall. Now, you know how it is here in Chicago, folks. I've never seen so many anal people when the weather tells you, it's, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, this Sunday, folks, we got a little chance of snow. All of a sudden, the people are running out of the house getting water and bread and peanut butter because we're going to have a giant, it's going to be tons of snow. Folks, first of all, it's November. Second of all, you're in Chicago. You've never seen snow before. It's going to be a little flurry. That's it. That's it. We might get some snow, obviously, but people just get so crazy because the media, well, lock up. Don't forget your coat. And then you got the weathermen, everybody throwing out, don't leave the house. Don't leave the house. Oh, it's so pathetic. Anyway, we're going to get some flurries, folks, because it's the season. Patrice, great seeing you last night at Zaza's. My dear friend, Patrice, former Chicago Honey Bear in the house. So don't worry about the first snow. Woo! Oh, God. All right, folks, our prayers go out to everybody. The Philippines, holy cow, that typhoon. Already they have 114 people are dead. It's just, when you move to these tropical paradises, yeah, it's great, but you never know. I mean, Thailand, now the Philippines, everything, Fort Myers is still recovering. So our prayers, if you have family or anything out there, it's just nuts, folks. And boy, look at this. Gibson Levis, he's the original drummer from the band Squeeze. Tempted. Paul Carrack dies at the age of 74 years old. And what a horrible death about the Dallas Cowboys wide receiver, Marshall Nealon. You hear about this great 24 years old. He just scored a touchdown this past weekend. And he blew a light, traffic cop or something. He blew a light. Police officers were after him. I guess he even told his girlfriend he was going to kill himself. He got in a car accident, whatever it was, walked off. And 24 years old. Our prayers, of course, to the Dallas Cowboys organization and just football in general. I don't know what was going on with that poor guy's mind, but at 24 years old, with the demons that you must have in your mind, you're a major football player, and and it's Dallas Cowboys, All-American. People don't realize what they're going through. But our prayers go out. Daryl Armenstock, great job last night, my buddy. Doug, the coach, yeah, we'll see you on Sunday, you and Marion, because Frankie said I was nice enough to give you the tickets. So Donald and Marion will see you Sunday at Tony Ocean and Friends. And if you can't make it, please let me know. Franny, how are you doing, my friend? Hope you and Lori are doing well. Hope to see you guys on Sunday as well. All right, here's the question for you guys today. Interesting. Oh, today is Happy Saxophone Day. So Danny Raimondi out there, buddy, and for all you saxophone players, Danny Raimondi, John Grande, anybody else out there that plays saxophone, Happy Saxophone Day. God bless you, right? It is what it is. All right, before we do our next sponsor, folks, you are in a casino. It could be a casino near the neighborhood. Could be the Hard Rock in Rockford. Could be the one in Des Plaines. Could be in Las Vegas. You could be in Reno, in Lake Tahoe. Wherever you're at, you're walking around the casino, you're making bets, or you're just looking at the ambiance, or you're looking at your people watching. Whatever you're doing in a casino, and you look down on the floor or near one of the slot machines, and you find a cash voucher. And the cash voucher, let's make it easy. Say it's $500 or $200. You find it. Obviously, it's not yours. The question of the day for Friday is, do you take that voucher and you go up to the gate and collect that cash, even though it's not you? That's the question today for Friday. 500. Let's say it's 500. Forget 200. 200 is good too, but it's $500. You find this voucher. Do you pick it up? You see nobody around, so it wasn't like somebody dropped it. Anybody could have dropped it, obviously, because it obviously wasn't your voucher. But the question is integrity. Do you return? Kathy Eppolito right away first to say no, she will not cash the voucher. She will either bring it to the gate, right? Bring it like a normal thing for someone to do was give it to a pit boss or bring it to the cashier and say, look, I found this. Rose says no. Patrice will take it and run with it. Okay, so that's what I mean. Honesty. That's why I love this show, folks, because it's honesty. You got two. Kathy and Rose says, no, I will not cash it. But Patrice says she would. Franny, I would wait around to see if someone is looking for it. Okay. I would turn it in. Plus, they have cameras in the ceilings all over. Good point. I dropped one and someone turned it in. Okay, so there you go. Daryl, finders, keepers, losers, weepers. Oh, old school mentality. I got to love it. Look. I like both answers. I like your answers that, yep, I'm going to turn it in. But I also like the guy saying, or the woman saying, ha, too bad, it's mine now. It's just like finding cash. Good point, hanging and banging. We don't know. You're right. You find a $50 bill on the floor. Do you give it to somebody? Do you go to, who lost it if there's nobody around you? Remember, you're at a casino, mind you. There's hundreds of people walking up and down that casino, right? Sandra says she will not. All right. So there you go. I love it. Both sides of the fence there. That's what I like about this world. You get both sides of the fence. Now, if you're there late at night and there's nobody in the casino, I don't know. It's kind of weird. It also depends on what your finances at the time, or maybe how much you lost at the casino. I don't know, but these things pop in my mind. So interesting. Interesting. Let's get to some other stuff, folks, here on Ocean's Pit. Wow. The average woman back in the year 1980, Most women, 85% of women in 1980 were married by the age of 30. This is in 1980, ladies and gentlemen. Here right now in 2025, 40% 40% women get married at the age of 30 in 2025. That's almost half. So in 1980, 85% of women at the age of 30 are either married or thinking of getting married. Right now in 2025, it's 46%. Marriage is tough, folks. And then we were talking about having the babies, and people have babies. You know, like in Italy, they're talking about right now, there's more pets now than there actually have. More people are buying pets in Italy than they are having children. It's very expensive. It's crazy as it is. Michael, bad karma. You're right, buddy. Bad karma, bad charm. It can come back to you. Parlay. There you go. Steph, hi. How are you doing today? Stel, yeah. Boyd says parlay. So take it, take the money out, get the cash it, and bring it in and put it on a bet, right? But Michael is right. Michael's watching. Thank you for watching the show, Michael. Karma has no calendar, and it could come back to you. Oh, yeah, let's blame Trump on that one, too. Good one. Oh, I like this already. All right, I love it. I love it. Yeah, blame Trump for that, too. Why not? Blame him for everything else. Yeah. Good news, folks. This is great news. Nancy Pelosi will not run to get reelected in 2026. She's finally retiring at the age of 85 years old. And I thought she was 85 like 15 years ago. So she is done, finished, done. We don't have to worry about Nancy Pelosi anymore. Now, that doesn't mean that she can still put her 2 cents in, even though she's not involved. So, good news. People got married in 1890, was divorced before 1990. Good. Jerry, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah. And right, Franny, no one can afford to have kids right now. It's very expensive. Look, it's very expensive right now just to live with it, just like if you and a couple, or you married, or you're not married, or just dating, living on your own these days. The real pisser is she would win. Oh my God, Boyd, are you drinking in the morning? Or if it was rigged like Joe Biden's, yeah, I agree with you. But I'll drink to you, my friend. She needs to stay home and look after her husband and his boyfriend and whatever they're going through. It's Friday. Ocean's Pit. Let us show about big things. You know what time it is, folks? It's time for real estate. Real estate, and if you're going to look at someone who does it right and does it the best, my friend Mary Grievous, don't call me when you're ready to buy or sell. Contact me when you're considering buying or selling. She's your forever agent. Mary Grievous at starkre.com, 630-688-1725. She's available to buyers, sellers, for sale by owners, and expired listing. She takes care of it all. Berkshire Hathaway Stark Real Estate. That's Mary Grievous, Grievous at starkre.com, 630-688-1725. My good friend Mary Grievous, and the Chicago Music Cruise that we're trying to tie up the knots and tie them up and lick all the little envelopes and get this final thing going, folks, for the MSC World America, January 17th to January 24th. 7-night Western Caribbean cruise, Miami, Honduras, Costa Maya, Cozumel, Ocean Cay on the brand new MSC World America ship. That's Tony Ocean. And of course, Seventh Heaven. Go to ChicagoMusicCruise.com, put in Tony Ocean, or give Mary a call at 630-688-1725. And I want to go on the ocean with and join us with a little fun and excitement. Now, we know, folks, before the end of the hour, giving away 2 free tickets. If you can answer the trivia question and to join us on Tony Ocean and Friends on November 9th. And my good buddy Raffaello will be joining us shortly from JRC Ace Hardware, answering all your questions. Good. How about this? ReadyWise Costco. It's a company called ReadyWise. Costco is selling 25 years of food surplus for 25 years, folks, in a pallet for $3,000. Over 5,000 freeze-dried meals, just in case the end of the world comes, or if you don't want to go shopping anymore and you're afraid to leave the house. I don't know, man. $3,000, that's 25 years of food surplus on a pallet. First of all, where are you going to put it? You got to get it to the house. Maybe I don't know if they deliver it to the house. Then you got to unpack it, put it what it is. I don't know. I don't know what kind of food it is. $3,000. Not a bad deal if you think about it. You're going to be able to eat for 25 years over 5,000 freeze-dried meals. Would anybody be doing that? Would anybody think of doing that? I would have used a drink about now, but someone just keeps driving. There you go. Gross. So, Donald, is it gross? Oh, the liquor's good. $3,000. You get food for 25 years. Wall Street firms are significantly expanding their presence in the States. Yes, Patrice, I heard Wall Street firms. They're ready to leave New York City. New York is screwed. And we're going to talk about this someday next week. We'll talk about a little bit more about that. Hi, Michelle. How you doing? How's my mom? My mom is doing great, folks. And like I said, a week ago, 10 days ago, whatever it was, she got the valve put in. And today is the last day that she has to wear the heart monitor. So my sister's coming home. I seen her day before yesterday. I was there. And because we have to change the monitor, make sure it's charged, make sure the phone that monitors it is charged. We got to change the stickers. But today's the last day, and then we're going to send that kit to UPS, and it goes back to the hospital, whatever. And then the 24th of November, we're bringing in for her final checkup. So thank you so much, Michelle. She's doing fantastic. Lilia, how are you doing? Yes, so 2 years supply of 5,000 freeze-dried meals. Freeze-dried meals. $3,000 a pallet. Costco. I'm trying to look. Ever notice about social media? You get on the social media on your page, and they always ask you, what's on your mind? Do you ever see the question they ask you? Stealth throwing it in my face, Tony. I'm passing all the whiskey signs, but your boy is torturing me. I'm sure he looks dry. Looks like a dry drive. Oh boy. There you go, Stella. I'm sorry for Friday. It's tough. It's early, I know. Hanging and banging. I'll buy $3,000 of Jack Daniels. I'm right there with you. Hanging. I'm right there with you. All right, Facebook. You're on it. You see it. You're scrolling. And it says, what's on your mind? You ever see that underneath your page? They ask you questions. Like when I post, who's Tony Ocean? Or they'll say, who is this? Or what's on your mind? Right? Now, the problem is when you tell them what's on your mind, they put you in Facebook jail. Why ask that question? Say you're pissed off. Say you want a political post, or say you want to say something about something, and you want to go off on somebody, or whatever it is. They always ask you what's on your mind. But if you tell them the truth, what is exactly on your mind, you end up in Facebook jail. Or blocked, or whatever it is. I never understood that. What if rats get into the bags dirty and it's Marion dirty? Well, good point. You're talking about if you got the, Donald, you're talking about the 25-year surplus food in a pallet. What happens if rats get into it? Good point. Then it would be over 3,000 freeze-dried meals instead of 5,000 because they'll eat it. But yeah. But you ever notice that on social media? I hate when that happens. Tell me, What's on your mind today, Tony? Or Mo, because I have 2 pages. I need to say what's on my mind. If I told him what was on my mind, I'd get in trouble. So they probably need to move that. You know what's another thing that's sad? Farmer's Almanac. I always remember the Farmer's Almanac, right? It's finally going after 2 centuries. After 208, the final print of Farmer's Almanac publication to an end. And you know the sad thing about all this, and I was telling you this, look, I'm going to be 63 in the end of December. But what's really odd, it's just scary that all the stuff that we grew up with is going away. You know, whether it's a store or a brand or a TV show or whatever, they're just not there no more. You know. Happy Friday, Barbara. I hope you're doing well. And my mom is doing good. Thank you all for asking about my mom and texting and stuff like that. I do really appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much. All right. Can someone tell me, because look, I'm not hip to all this new shit. I don't even barely know how to turn this computer on. And I don't know anything about these new phones. I still have an older phone. And this technology and social media and this TikTok, whatever the hell it's called. I'm not into this shit. I don't know anything about this shit. So I don't even know the new bands or the new musical groups or the new TV shows or new actors or actresses. I couldn't tell you anybody's name. So I'm looking at, and People magazine voted Jonathan Bailey the sexiest man alive. Oh, Lola Lorenzo, how are you doing, Lola, my friend from Donnie G's in Elmwood Park? I don't know enough about him and anybody. He knows access to all confidential info, so he won on promises. 30 minimum wage by 3:30, universal public care. Yeah, it's going to be crazy, Lola, in New York, just as here in Chicago, in Illinois. Let's just pray. All right. Jonathan is voted the world's sexiest man, according to People magazine. I don't know who a Jonathan Bailey is. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know anything about this hip world, this new world, the younger generation world, the GX or GM or whatever they're called. JK or BK, I don't know. Is that who this guy is? Jonathan Bailey, since most of the people here are my age, I believe. Some might be a little older, some might be a little younger. I don't know. But anybody know who this Jonathan Bailey is? Sexiest man alive, People, the cover of People magazine 2025. I think the last time I remember seeing something like this was George Clooney, I think, years ago, and Brad Pitt before that, I think. But I don't know who this Jonathan Bailey is. Does anybody know? I don't know. I really couldn't care, but there you go. All right. Half of America, ladies and gentlemen, half of the Americans between the age of 18 and 29 still live at home with their parents. Half of the Americans ages between 18 to 29 still live at home with their parents. Sometimes when they live in their home, you don't want them to leave. We don't. Sometimes they don't have. Maybe they don't know exactly what they're trying to do profession-wise. Maybe they're just working, trying to make it, day by day to pay the bills. But maybe they just don't know what they want yet. And there's no reason that someone should leave. We love it here. We used to have 5 at the house now. And but that's between the ages of 18 and 29. Now, I know some people you asked probably never would have left the house. Italian guys. There's a lot of Italian men out there that probably stayed until their 30s before they left mom and dad's house. I don't know how it is with the other nationalities. Barbara, no idea, but I don't think that he's that sexy. Okay. There you go. You don't know who he is, but you've seen a picture of him, obviously, and you don't think he's that sexy. I didn't even look if he was sexy. Obviously, I really don't care. Sherry, okay, we got an answer, folks. Thank you, Sherry. He's an actor who was in the movie Wicked and Jurassic World. Okay, there you go. I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm not ready to let go. I'm the one who doesn't want them to leave. And there you go. And that's two different, we're talking about two different things, but right. Why you want them to leave if they can stay and cover to answer your question there, Del and Sherry. So that's who Jonathan Bailey, the world's sexiest man, according to People magazine. All right, in a couple minutes, we're bringing in my good friend Raffaello, the CEO of JRC Ace Hardware, folks, and ask Ralphie anything. That's how good it's going to be. Before that, it's Armando Supermarkets. Buy local, shop local. That's Danny Mazzi from Armando Supermarkets, 925 Liberty Street in Elgin, Illinois, taking care of all their neighbors in lovely Elgin, Illinois. All right, so this is good. One last, folks. We're talking, Carol, how you do? We're talking about baseball. Obviously, the Los Angeles Dodgers have won the World Series, and now they're talking about a lockout 2028 maybe, where the baseball people will go on strike because of the salary cap. Here. All right. Okay, so Raffaello's there. Don't go anywhere, Ralph. You'll be joining us in just a few seconds here. So the salary cap that they're going under, folks, the salary cap with baseball players, and we'll talk more about this next week. But when you're paying these players, they do really good 1 or 2 years, and then you pay them all this money, and then you sign them for years and years and years, and they're not the same player anymore. They're just, for instance, Cubs, Kyle Tucker, whatever. I think he's either staying with the Cubs or he's leaving the Cubs. But whatever it is, he's looking to make $360 million for 11 years. We'll talk more next week about that to realize with the salary cap when it comes to baseball. It's Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. It's time for the weather, folks. That's right, and we're trying to see what happens here. All right, it's the JRC Ace Hardware weather. Let's see if it comes up here. Everything's a little slow today for some reason. Just losing everything right now. Okay, let's try it again. Here we go. Nope. Close. There it is. The Ace Hardware brought to you by JRC Ace Hardware Store. The weather for today, folks, for Friday, November 7th, it's 59 degrees Chicago, a 52% humidity, 10-mile-an-hour winds. Looks like we have a 20% chance of rain later on this evening. And that's the weather brought to you by JRC Ace Hardware. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. And now, speaking of the JRC Ace Hardware, we're going to talk to the CEO. He is the man behind the JRC Ace Hardware Stokes, and I think he's in sunny Mesa, Arizona right now. So let's see if we can get him into the screen here. Waiting for something to move. Here's it a hit. There he is. Ralphie, you're in the house.
Hello, my friend. The weather is terrible here.
Why is it so terrible there?
Well, it's like 85, sunny, not a cloud in the sky, no wind, a little bit on the dry side. I would want like humid, cloudy, 38, but I got to deal with this.
Okay, so there you go. Raffaello's live from Mesa, Arizona, 85 degrees. He's having a great time, of course. And, of course, he runs one of the great stores, JRC Ace Hardware Store. Has been around forever. Buy local, shop local. And once a month we have Raffaello on, and he always talks about a certain topic, a certain product, and he tries to help you wonderful people on the guide of what to buy, what not to buy, what brand, what's good, what is it. And Ace Hardware, anything you buy from there is good. But today, Ralph was talking to me about a week ago and said, hey, why don't we say, ask me anything? And anything you want to know about any products that maybe you have in your home and you want to get a new one, or you want to compare products. Maybe let's talk about snow blowers. Whatever you have, we're going to ask Ralphie anything. And first, Dick Sayed, Alderman. Hello, my friend of Displays. Dean Attorney, how are you, honey? I will see you guys Sunday for sure. All right, Raffaello, I'm going to ask you a quick question before we get anybody. We have our good friend, of course, Ralph on from JRC Ace Hardware. So any questions you want to know, folks, about grills, about air filters, about stuff in the toilet, about paint, about pet, anything you need, talk about Christmas lights, what's going on. Ralphie, how you doing? From Kathy Eppolito, of course, from California. How you doing?
How you doing,
Ralph,
Kathy?
here's the question I'm going to ask you. How you doing? The question is now, when you have the stores in the Illinois area, and it's turning into winter, so you know people are going out to buy shovels, ice, snow blowers, buying everything you need for winter. What happens in Arizona? There is no snow, there is no salt and ice, there is no. What makes the money there? How does that work at this time of year when you're out in Florida? I mean,
where this store is situated, we have a lot of snowbirds in Mesa, so now they're coming back. And this is the time of year that's very busy. In last year, I guess a lot of them didn't come back because of the dollar exchange from Canada, which means they left their houses unattended for like 9 months. We're really busy. Air filters, garden hoses, weed killer, all that stuff is selling. But let's go back to Illinois right now, because you still have time to make sure, are your hoses rolled up, are they drained with water, and they put in the garage. If you leave them outside, they're going to freeze, they're going to crack. And you're going to come and see me in spring and buy a new one. Do you have the water shut off to your hose bib connection, which is the correct term, which is the outdoor spigot? Do you even have, like, some of those don't have a frost-proof one. We have that cover that goes on it that prevents it from freezing. You got to get all that protected, or the next year it's going to cost you money.
Raffaello, and look at some of your stuff. You apply winter fertilizer to your lawn to help it store energy, nutrition, and for the colder months, and prepare the healthy growth in the spring. Here's why it matters, and I have a little interesting stuff here that you guys sent me. Let's talk about root development. Winter fertilizers usually have higher potassium, and sometimes these nutrients straighten root systems, making your lawn more resistant to cold frost. So you mean to tell me you're supposed to put stuff on your lawn when it's going into the winter months?
Yeah, usually you put, it's called like Scott's four-step. The fourth step is winterizer, and it has all those nutrients. You usually put it around end of September, beginning of October. If it's still 48 degrees in Chicago, you could apply it. A good rain will rinse it out. It's the best thing you can do to your lawn, because those who, how do they say it? Fail to plan to fail.
So what do you just sprinkle it on? How does that work?
Well, we have two types of spreaders. We have the broadcast spreader or the drop spreader. I prefer the broadcast one.
Okay, and why is that?
I just like it because the broadcast one spins the blade and it throws it like in a 3-foot radius.
And it sprays it everywhere.
Are those new glasses you got on?
Ronnie B, what's shaking? How are you doing, buddy? What happened?
Are those new glasses you got?
I can see your glasses
too.
They're
pretty stylish, man.
They're brand new glasses. Thank you, sir. I like your glasses too. And Kathy wants to know what's up with your shirt. But I think it's it's an Ace Hardware shirt. It's got the hammer, right? It's got the orange color.
It is.
Yeah,
Do you think it's too busy? Tell Kathy that her sister bought it for me.
Aha, Kathy, your sister bought it for Ralphie. So there you go.
Don't forget, you got to change the filters.
All right. So
we're going from the air conditioning to the heat. Change the filters. Make sure you get eyes on the furnace, right? And make sure that the humidifier pad, because you're going to want humidity in the air when you put the furnace on, is a fresh new one.
very
Did you
important.
get all
What
that?
about winterizing outdoor? Ralph, what about winterizing outdoor equipment? Store your lawnmowers, grills, and tools. Add fuel, stabilizer to gas-powered equipment if stored. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that people don't do, right? They leave stuff in the backyard.
Right.
They don't realize when the spring
No
comes,
good.
you got to buy all this shit all over again.
Right. It comes back to our store for a full tune-up, and you're out $150. I would highly recommend this a product called Seafoam. In a gas engine like that, you put about 2 shot glasses, start it, run it for 5 minutes, and it'll take care of the
It's very
carburetor.
important. And see that it's good. Now, guys, we're here. We got Raffaello on from Ace Hardware. Anything you want to ask about Ace Hardware or any products, folks, that we're talking about? It doesn't have to be winter products. It could be any products that they sell at Ace Hardware. Listen, you got snow blowers. There's got to be so many models out there, and I'm going to start this off. Ralph, if they're looking for a snowblower, what's the most important thing for a snowblower? Gas, electric, which one you recommend?
Well, the Ego snowblowers, the battery operated ones, are big sellers. I'm just going to give you my personal preference. I got to have gas. Like, I would never buy an electric car because I got to have the obnoxious noise, and I like that snowblower. Like, for example, I have two. I have one of the snow thrower, and then I have the 22 horsepower Honda, where if my neighbor upsets me, I could go ahead and throw the snow on his roof from about 75 feet away.
So there's something else that, not only will it get rid of your snow, but it'll also throw it on your neighbor that you don't like. So
And on the roof when it's heavy snow. Right.
On the heavy snow.
Right.
On the heavy snow. But Ralph, there's so many brands. Does it really make a difference?
The number one sellers are going to be the Toro. That's the number one seller.
Okay.
Right, because they guarantee
And
the
what's
start
your
with one
price?
pull.
What's a good price you'd say to pay at Ace Hardware for a good Toro snowblower?
I don't know if we're running a sale right now, but you could be between $300 and $800. And usually one of those ones with the rubber blades that's an actual thrower does a great job because it almost squeegees the driveway. Unless you drive on it when the snow is wet, you pack it down and you impregnate it into the concrete. I know everybody knows what I'm talking about because you can't even get it up then.
No, you can't. Right.
Right.
And that makes a lot of sense. That makes sense. What about like you said, rock salt and everything that's going in right now? I know they got the pet friendly rock salt. What kind of salt do you recommend if you've got putting salt down now when the ice and the snow is coming? What kind do you recommend?
But when you look at those products, you got to look at rock salt only melts until 22 or 24 degrees. When it drops below that, it's no good. Then you go into calcium chloride, and that's the one that says calcium chloride is pet friendly. It melts to -5. That's the one, and it doesn't damage the concrete because rock salt will pit it. You ever notice if you pull up to a friend's house and you'll see the tire marks of their car in the spring?
Yeah.
And you'll see where the tire marks have been parked. There's all little dents, little drops in the sidewalk is pitting the driveway. That's from the rock salt that's on the street that's in the fenders dripping down. That's what causes that.
And that's what causes that. Well, isn't
Right.
it
If you
interesting?
pay attention, you'll see it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when you're looking for this stuff, it makes a lot of sense. It's also kind of weird, Ralph, and maybe you would know this too. Why in Illinois, and I don't know, obviously they don't do it in Arizona because there's no snow, but Illinois, they'll use the salt on the streets. But in Wisconsin, they'll use sand. Do you see people using sand for your home?
I don't have them coming in the store doing that, but I can tell you where our home is in Vernon Hills, the village uses beet juice. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Yeah, you'll see it. It's red on the street. It almost looks like blood, but the freeze tolerance is real low. It's 5. So they fill their trucks with beet juice. It's very interesting. Right. That's what they do there. And it's environmentally friendly.
And it's also got to protect protect your driveway and your sidewalk better than regular salt. And that makes a lot of sense. We got the JRC Raffaello. Folks, somebody give me a question, please. We got Ralph on here, folks. What else do we need to know? We're talking about stuff here. Oh, you know what, Ralph? Why don't you talk about the construction going on the brand new one in Elmwood Park. What's going on with
Let's
that
do it.
one?
So I think the official address is 28.
We're all excited at Elmwood Park.
2826 North Harlem is going to be the official address, I believe. Our permits are
26
issued.
what? Give me the address again. What?
I think it's 2826 North Harlem.
North Harlem. Okay.
Right. The permits have been issued. The Village of Elmwood Park has released our approval. We're still waiting for two more. You ready for this now? Here's what's really I find interesting. So the curb is owned by the state of Illinois.
Okay.
So we got to go get permits from Illinois Department of Transportation.
All right.
All right. Now we want to tap into the sewer in the middle of the street, which is managed and maintained by the Water Reclamation District of Chicago. So we got to get permits from them. So the set of drawings and permits to build the building is approved and has been issued to us. Now we're waiting. I think we're going to get it the next 5 days from the state of Illinois will be the permit for the curb cut because we have to do a deep press so you can pull it. We have a parking lot there, 22 cars, and then we don't have to worry about the tapping into the sewers because we won't be able to do that until probably April. But we're shooting to be open by September of 26.
September of 26, folks. 2826 North Harlem Avenue for everybody in the Elmwood Park area. Ace is coming over there, which is really cool.
I think they're starting to stage equipment now, Tony, on the property now. So we're starting to bring in our excavators and all that stuff. It looks like we're doing work there, but we're getting ready to start going really like gangbusters there.
Well, and it's important, folks. Absolutely. We're excited. Everybody in Elmwood Park is excited about that, bringing that back. It's something about what makes a lot of sense. A couple of things here on your list here. With the weather coming in the snow, if we get the big snow, we haven't had big snow in a long time, but the cold, but to stock up on emergency kits, which is very interesting. Flashlights, batteries, blankets, non-perishable food, bottled water, backup power sources if possible, generator, battery bank, check the alarms, and we did talk about the smoke detectors and stuff like that. That stuff all needs to be taken care of before we get into the winter months, right, Ralph?
That is correct. It's it's life safety. These are common sense issues. I understand it's a pain. You got to drag the ladder out. You got to get the 9-volt batteries. You got to change all the smokes at one time. Because if you change one and you leave two they start beeping because they're saying, "Hey, you need to change me." But people don't. It's make it a habit. Change the smokes and the air filters the same week. That's it, and you're good. 4 months you do the filters. The next year you do the smokes. It's $9 you're going to spend. Important. It's important. It's life safety.
And a lot of people don't look at that. I know everybody. For example, myself, I know a lot of that stuff. I just went into the yard today and we got rid of some of the stuff that was getting on there, knowing that I have to put this stuff away and just getting everything ready for winter. It's interesting. Got to make sure you do it because in the end, it will end up costing you more money. Right. We got our good buddy Raphael, the CEO of JRC.
Here's an interesting question. Like for me, when I put away my lawn furniture in Illinois, I put 2x4s and I set the legs of all the metal lawn furniture on the 2x4s, and then I put a tarp over it with bungee cords. How many times at the end of the season you start, spring comes like, hey, I want to sit outside, have a drink, smoke a cigar, and you see all the rust marks of the concrete from the lawn furniture. Am I right?
So wait a minute. I never heard of that. You're absolutely right. I've never heard of it.
If you look, you see they're like the size of a half a dollar.
Tip for you guys. So you take the 2x4s and put your patio furniture on top of them so it sits on the 2x4 and it doesn't affect the, wow. I mean, that makes something we learned.
I can tell you what, if there's going to be somebody's house you go to next year, you're going to look down and go, those marks are from you putting the lawn furniture in the winter coming. The cycle. It snows, it rains, it gets nice out, rust on the concrete. And it's hard to get out when now you got to take a wire brush to it. Unless you don't care.
Unless you don't care. But you should care because it ends up costing you money and it makes your house look like shit, which is important, folks. Absolutely.
I'm not supposed to use profanity on the show.
Yes, you can. It's okay. But you're right. It depends on how you use it. If you're doing it in a mean way, then it's not good. But if you're just using it just to say it, it's Italians, we can't help it. Kathy, yes, that happened. Mother's house. I had to clean the rust stains off the patio. There
You know what I'm saying? Right, right. You know
And
what?
how do you clean? Wait, what would you use to clean the rust stains off the patio?
Well, we sell a product at Ace Hardware that's supposed to mitigate the rust stains, but sometimes you got to take a brush to it, not a wire brush. You got to take to it because you're actually going to take off a thin layer of the topping of the concrete because it's impregnated itself deep. And
Or
you got to tarp your furniture, or the winter will beat the crap out of your furniture.
You can't put a garbage bag over that, folks. It won't work.
No,
You need a real
no, you
tarp.
can't do that. Right, you can't do that.
You see them. You see people's backyards with the garbage bag tied up with the, with the bungee thing, and it doesn't look good. So, you can also probably use Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola might get rid of that dust, that rust too, with a brush.
I think you're better off mixing the Coca-Cola with rum.
Yeah, with rum. That will do it. That will do it. Folks, we get one question here. Come on. One of you guys have anything you want to ask Ralph about?
Let's talk about your car. How are we going to maintain your car for the winter months? Have you guys washed it? A good wash by hand? Have you put a coat of wax on it? Our weather in Chicago will beat the shit out of your finish.
Good idea. So what do you use? What do you recommend?
Mother's Carnauba Gold, that wax.
And you put it on yourself?
Put it on myself, right. You get a cigar, go in the garage, get a glass of wine, wax the car, hand wash it that day. Obviously, you got to get a day that's 50 or 60 degrees out, but you got to do that before the winter or you're going to see the results. Right, because the winter is bad on cars.
Very much so.
I'll tell you one other thing.
Cars?
While we're on cars, I don't see many people buy this. We sell it at all our stores. We have a blanket, right? This blanket unfolds and it clips on your mirror, your side mirrors on both sides. You raise your windshield wipers up and you put it on the windshield. How many times have you come out of your house in Illinois and we went from frost to rain to snow to freezing rain and you got an inch of ice cement on your windshield?
And you can't get them off.
Right.
They won't
We
work.
sell a blanket that goes over it. It's $9. You just put it on before you go to bed at night. And you know what? In the morning, the minute you unhook it, it just slides right off of it. All my kids got them in the cars. I got it in the car. Especially, it happens when you're late for work.
Wait, what is that called, that blanket? Now, that's very good to know.
You know what? I'm going to have to look it up, and then you can talk about it on Monday, but we sell them, and they're great. They're like $9.
$10. Great. Hanging and banging, giving us our first question, folks. And we got to make it quick because we still got to give away the 2 tickets for the show. And
I thought I was getting those.
Wait. How do you prep your lawn for the winter? Hanging and banging wants to know.
Scott's Winterizer.
Scott's Winterizer is what we're using, folks. Scott's Winterizer and hanging and banging. That's how you can prep your lawn for the winter. And you put it on with the shredder, whatever that
spreader, not
shredder. Spreader, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. So, and all that stuff is available at your local Ace Hardware stores. That's right, folks. It's important. Ralph, you can stay on the line. Stay with me because we got a couple minutes left.
Okay.
I did promise everybody 2 free tickets to Tony Ocean and Friends this Sunday at the Displays Theater. It's happening, folks. We're excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm going to give you guys a trivia question. And the first person I see with the answers come up, you got 2 tickets. It's Tony Ocean and Friends, the main event band, with Lisa P., Stephanie Lemon Brigner, Christian Knievel, John Guarini, Ronnie B. Elvis, Louis Pipes, Matt Cassane. It's going to be fantastic. Jenny and Pardo, a lot of singers, a lot of fun. So here is the question, and you got to answer it to get the free 2 tickets. Are you ready? Here's the question. What planet did Superman originally hail from? What planet did the comic book character Superman actually hail from? You tell me the name of the planet, and you get 2 free tickets to the show, folks. You gotta. I don't care how you find the answer, but find it if you want the answer. 2 tickets to the Tony Ocean and Friends, folks. What planet did Superman originally name the planet? Who's listening? Come on, boys, girls. Anybody? I can't get the move. Maybe that's why. Okay, here you go. Wait a minute. Coming up. Boyd win. That's it. Boyd, you are absolutely right. Boyd is the winner, folks. What planet did Superman originally hail from? Krypton. That's right, Boyd. You got 2 tickets. Now, Boyd, if you cannot make it, you got to text me and let me know, private message me, because the next winner would be Lola Lorenzo, right underneath. So, Boyd lets me know. Boyd, you got to let me know, pal, if you're going. If you're not going, Boyd, Lola gets the tickets. So if you can let me know, private message me by the end of the day. All right, pass. So congratulations, Lola. You're going to Tony Ocean and Friends this Sunday, 4/2. Tickets at the box office on displays. Lola, congratulations, Lola. And congratulations, Boyd. Thank you for doing that. Krypton. All right. So here we go. Another question for you, Raphael. This is from Tammy, who loves to follow Seventh Heaven. She's a Tony Ocean a fan as well. Tammy, how you doing? I had a smoke detector in my hallway and carbon monoxide in my bedroom above the furnace closet. I have a small one-bedroom condo, and I just bought a smoke detector and carbon monoxide all in one. Where do I place it? Ralph?
First thing I want to know is, are they hardwired or plug-in or battery? Because some of the battery ones have the link coming out and you can plug them into your system. Is it that style?
Okay, so Tammy, are they plug-in or is it battery? Plug-in or battery? And that's the question that we're getting. And let me know. So to answer, Tammy, your question, that's what Ralph said. Is the first for him to give you a proper answer, we need to know if it's plug-in or it's battery-operated smoke detector. That's what we need to know, and we'll give her a couple minutes to answer. Congratulations, Lola Lorenzo. You got tickets, 2 tickets for Tony Ocean and Friends this Sunday at the Des Plaines Theater. And thank you, Boyd, for answering the question. So there you go. I'm going to put you on the list there. All right. So, Tammy, all right, Raffaello, it's battery.
Okay. So it's a combination smoke and carbon. It probably should be mounted on the ceiling or somewhere a little high, because it's this carbon monoxide drifts down, but smoke drifts up. You follow me?
So
I'll tell you what.
You put it somewhere on the...
In my home, on the second floor, I have the smoke detector above the ceiling, mounted to the ceiling, and about 20 inches above the floor, I have a carbon monoxide detector, because it's on the second floor. In the basement, if I was by my furnace, they would be mounted directly above my furnace, because it's going to drift up and it's going to find a spot to stay, and it'll detect either or. I think she's done a great job by buying that and addressing it, because it's a real life safety issue, because carbon monoxide is the silent killer.
Oh, that's absolutely true. The silent killer. You'll be sleeping. You won't even be waking up, folks.
You're just not going to wake up.
You're just not going to wake up. So, Tammy, I hope Raffaello answered your question. Guys, unfortunately, it is time. It's 1 minute after 1, and we're at the end of our time, folks. But a couple things I got to say real fast. Don't forget, tonight is Chicago Prime Steakhouse in Schaumburg. That's an 8 o'clock hit. Tomorrow's a private affair in Woodstock, Ocean's Rat Pack at the Woodstock Country Club. And Sunday, Tony Ocean and Friends at the Des Plaines Theater. Lola, congratulations on your 3 tickets. We got birthdays for November 7th, everybody. Kevin Pollak, great actor, 68 years old. Timothy B. Schmidt from the Eagles, celebrating a birthday. Keith Emerson from Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Dave Schwimmer Ross from the TV show Friends, 59 years old. Jay Black from Jay and the Americans. Stephanie Powers, what a great actor she was. Burt Lancaster, another great actor. Ray Walton from My Favorite Martian, happy birthday. Don Knotts would be 101 years old. Michael Butler, let's get ready to rumble, turns 81 years old. LA Knight for you wrestling fans. Jeremy Brett for your Sherlock Holmes fans, Bobby the Brain Healing, friends, Ralph Muccio, 64, my good buddy Ben Domenos, a great opera singer. Ben, how you doing? Robin Williams, funny man, of course, he's not with us anymore, and Louis Pipes, celebrating 60 years old. My good friend Louis, happy birthday, everybody. Guys, we got to come. We're at the end of the hour. And let's not forget our good friends from Imperialux. Imagine putting your money to work for you, becoming your own bank, and making your dream retirement a reality with guaranteed lifetime income. Wendy Thompson and Greg Thompson will help you create personal pensions, grow your wealth, secure your legacy. It's never too late to start taking charge of your financial future today in Imperialux. Give a call at 630-890-1213. Tell them Tony O sent you. Guys, it's time for us to go, but before we go, let's not forget our good friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy a local, shop local. It's that important, folks. That's right. Blackstone 28-inch griddle with $279.99 down from $399, folks, at the 30% savings. Free $10 gift card when you purchase a $50 gift card. That's two per limit, folks. And again, it's important. Turkey brine, bags of Chef J's turkey brine, only $8.99 down from $13.99. And Black Friday, folks, the day after Thanksgiving, 25% off all Carhartt clothes, man. Carhartt clothes, they're fantastic jackets, all great material, great stuff. And December 1st, 5% off all Christmas decor. That's Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Our good friends. I want to thank my good buddy Raffaello. Raffaello, thank you for being on the show. Hold on, we're trying to get this screen off over here so we can say goodbye to you. Ralphie from Arizona, everybody. And of course, it's not moving. Just one of those days today. Sometimes
thank you again. Appreciate it.
To the point where I don't know what it is. Well, there he is. There's Ralph.
I'm back.
Buy local, shop local. Support local establishments. Support if you're offended with anything that happens on this show. Please, just because you're offended doesn't mean you're right. Make sure you shop at all the great JRC Ace Hardware stores. And have a great weekend, everybody. Don't forget, tonight is Chicago Prime, and hope to see you all. Guys, Ringo Starr says peace and love. Ralph, enjoy the 85-degree weather out there, my friend.
It's terrible.
Have a cigar. It's terrible. Have a martini. Have a cigar. Enjoy yourself.
We'll see you.
Nick Sahajas, the piano man, take us out. We'll be back Monday, same time, same station. God bless you, everybody.
It's the end of the show. See you later from Tony.
And folks, just when you thought we were done, no, Mama D's breads are back. They're running now for the holidays, and you want to grab them now. Holiday flavors are back. Pumpkin chocolate chip, cranberry, peppermint, caramel apple, and still have the old favorites, banana, blueberry, chocolate chip, and lemon. The list goes on and on. Text my sister Natalie at 847-533-0400 or private messenger Natalie Bosch, BOSCH. Bread start at $11. Order early for the holidays. Stocking stuffers, Thanksgiving, and more. It's Ocean's Pit. Bye-bye, everybody. Don't forget to see you at Oceans and Friends Show Sunday, November 9th. That's right, Des Plaines Theater. 3 o'clock showtime. Oshows.com for tickets. And congratulations to all the ticket people who won the winning tickets. Congratulations. Ocean's Pit. See you Monday. Peace and love, everybody.